Hello. So today for this How to Monday, we're gonna tell you what we do to try and keep the RV a little bit cooler when it's hot, like a day like today. So for instance, we just put the thermometer outside. It's gone up a little bit. It's actually 40 degrees, which is a little more than 100 Fahrenheit. Just earlier, I had it right there on the motorhome, and there's a bit more breezy, and it went up to 38 Celsius. So it is quite hot, and a lot of the time we think, oh, living in an RV, it's going to be really hot in the winter, and that's also true. But to tell the truth, the vehicle will get hot very easily as soon as it's in the sun. So on a day like today, obviously, the first thing that we do when we park, we're gonna try to find somewhere that's in the shade. So today it's okay because we're in a campsite, and as you can see, we're right in the trees. And so right now we have the sun a little bit on top of the motorhome and in the front, and as the sun is gonna go down, at one point we're gonna have it right in the front window and on the side. But overall, we picked a pretty good spot where we're not too much fully in the sun. So as I said, it's about 38, 39 outside, right in the sun. In the shade, it's a few Celsius less. And we're gonna put the thermometer inside to see what temperature is like. And I'm gonna show you what we did earlier to ensure that the RV doesn't get too high inside, because sleeping in 100 degrees, it's a little bit difficult for most people. We would probably survive, but most people wouldn't like that. And yesterday, which was a very similar day as today, I managed to keep the temperature of the RV underneath 30 degrees, was about 28, which I think we looked is about 85 or a bit more than 85, like between 85 and 88, something like that. So we'll have to check. But so we're gonna go inside now. We're gonna show you what we do to try to keep the air circulating and to keep the heat down a little bit. A bit of a problem for a lot of people in the summer. We like heat, but a lot of people, by about 25 degrees, they're too hot. So let's see what we do. Okay, so one of the first things that we did, and we can do that at the moment because it's not raining, it's dry and there's no wind, we got the awning out, and that protects our entrance, and it actually protects us in the morning because the sun comes from this side, so it keeps this area shady in the morning anyway. Depending on how we would face, sometimes it would be to keep it shady in the afternoon, but as it happened, the way we're parked, it's for the morning. So we already have a little of shade at the entrance, and we have our little setup here. And so as you can see here, we have the door wide open, and we have a nice little screen to stop bugs from coming in, if there are any. So we try to keep this window open, and as you can see, we also have all the windows open. And so there's a bit of cross ventilation. We have another window on the other side. And we're gonna go in so that I can show you the rest. Let's go. Come in, come in. Come in, come in. So, if you've seen some of our videos before, you probably find that this is a bit darker than usual. I hope you can see me okay. So what we've done, we have all the I guess they're called sunroofs or whatever they're called. In the RV we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have one in the bathroom. Also, we have this little sunroof that open pretty much vertically. And so what I've done here, and I maybe try to show you with this one, although I have difficulties normally to open it. And there we go. So normally when it's cool and we want a bit of air, but when it's not too sunny, we have it open like this. We have a screen here which protects from any bugs or any leaves that can fall. But what I did today is I actually closed this as we would do at night, for instance, if you want to be in the dark. So this actually has a reflector, and it actually pushes the sun back somewhat. We still get a little bit of air because the roof is open, and so there's a bit of cross ventilation between these and the window here and the window there and this window And we have the little window of the bedroom also, and then the window at the back that are also open. So that we have a little bit of cross ventilation for the little wind that there is a little bit, so when you're in the RV you can feel it. So it's a bit dark for the day, but it's still, we have, you know, enough light to do what we need to do. Is we're not completely black. And what I've also done, I've closed up the windshield shutters, and also on the left side, because that's where the sun will come a little bit later on tonight. This gets really, really hot. It's, you know,
front,
like in your car.
The front.
The front, yeah, just the front area, just like you do in your car when you park your car in the sun. You know how hot it gets. So this area will get quite hot, and we actually find, funnily enough, that this little curtain, which is only a shower curtain that we added, actually does keep the difference of temperature. So when it's cold, if we have the heater here, for instance, we do feel the difference just with the curtain with the inside of the cabin, and vice versa. When it's very hot in the cabin, like yesterday afternoon, I realized that it was getting really hot, so I closed. It was a good 5 or 6 degrees hotter in there. So this little curtain actually makes a difference. There's also we haven't got one yet, but there's also some protectors for the windshield and for the windows that are we call that isotherm in French. I guess it's isothermic, or, which is supposed to protect from either the cold or the heat. We don't have that so far. You know, we've been okay with what we have here, but you know, we'll see if when it gets really hot, and if we can't park in the shade, maybe then we'll have a problem. When we parked in the shade, it seems to be pretty good. And right now, so the thermometer hasn't actually readjusted since we came back from outside. So I can't show you, but it was about 28 Celsius when we got it out and when we put it in the sun earlier. So we're still, you know, we're it's hot, it's the summer, but it is a lot cooler than it is outside. Much cooler. And then what we do is in the evening, as soon as the sun is down and the temperature has cooled down a little bit, we open all the shutters, we keep the windows open, and we spent last night with all the windows open, and this morning it was about 20 degrees Celsius in the RV, which I think is about 75, something like that. So, you know, that's not bad. Obviously during the day it is going to get hotter, but this is how we do it. It works.
Thank you.